Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to create an effective social media image. Now this is just a beginner course, it's just kind of going over some of the basics. So let's get started. Um, let's say that I wanted to share a social media image and promote a product of some sort, say a health product. So first thing I'd maybe go do is just how could I promote this? And so went into the lead train image archive and search for a runner. I figured, all right, let me find a runner, something that I could work with. So I chose this image here. And in some cases, just trying to find a good image that conveys a message that I want, that would maybe, in this case, help promote a health product or something, that this might be good enough. In this case, well, I will probably want to use some text. So let's talk about how to pick an image, create some text, and go through the processes to get kind of a final image here. I'll go over some of the basic things. First of all, our message. We've chosen an image that we think might help us. Now, what message do we want to convey through our social media? Well, I'm going to be promoting a health product, right? So what is something I could say? What are some things that I could talk about in my social post that might help promote a product? Well, maybe after a while I think about what is the general message I want to say, and maybe it's something about without your health, you have nothing. Don't you wish you were as healthy as you used to be? And maybe this is kind of a thought-provoking question or a phrase that might engage some of my audience, and maybe they can click on it, and then I can send them a link, or they can link off to my samples page, and then you can request a sample of whatever product I am wanting to promote. So you take some of a kind of a basic idea, and you try to put in your image. Obviously, this is a lot to say. There's just too many words to be really effective as a social media post. So let's talk about how maybe we can kind of take our idea and try to make it a little bit smaller as far as the text is concerned, but still convey the same meaning. So maybe I just take out part of the text that says, health is everything. You have nothing without it. Maybe that's implied here. Don't you wish you were as healthy as you used to be? Health is obviously still important here, and maybe that's a good start to pare down some of the text. And anything I don't say in the text of the image, I can still say in the body of the post itself. So even though we've pared it down a little bit, I think it needs to be more. I think this is still too many words to be putting in an image. So maybe I can pare it down to this. Healthy as you used to be. That's still conveying almost everything that I was saying in my overall message. Now, I think sometimes we can be very impactful and very concise in our statements and still convey everything that we want to do with the aid of the picture and the body copy. So I got it down to healthy again. Now it doesn't convey necessarily everything that our entire phrase said, but again, you can put that in the copy, and healthy again, I get people thinking about, along with this image, hey, are you as healthy as you used to be? Do you wish you were as healthy as you were maybe when you were younger, or when you were working out more, or what is this? How does this is engaging for a certain audience? And now we have two words that we can use to engage our audience, and we want to figure out how to make it appealing. How is it going to grab somebody's attention? How is it going to convey the message, since we're only using two words that we want? Well, just some starters and so a few pointers on how to make it look good. So we have our words here. I want to talk about using the right font. There are some fonts that we never want to use. There are fonts convey meaning with them. And so you can see, like, these are poor uses of fonts. A wrestling match, this looks like a wedding invitation, right? And so you can see through all of these fonts how these are not communicating the right message, the font pair and the words and the meaning. Now, these ones are pretty good uses of font. This is kind of a classic look, a retro look, a masculine look, a feminine look. And so you want to think, as you're going through your fonts, to try to pair the look of it with the message that you're trying to communicate, because you can communicate more than just the word. The look of the word also communicates a lot of meaning. Just for a reference, these are fonts that you'll never ever want to use. They'll never do a good job of communicating almost anything you'll ever want. Comic Sans, Papyrus Hobos, Avino. You can look online on how to use fonts and pair fonts a little bit better. These are definitely a few you don't want to use. So I found a font that I thought, hey, might be a pretty good start. This is kind of conveys maybe some athleticism. You can see this maybe on a jersey. Maybe this could be a numbers font. And so it just doesn't quite get everything that I want to convey. So I started messing with the font weight a little bit. And I started, oh, this is pretty good. I kind of get some contrast here. But this is so thin, it would be hard to read on a social post. So I kind of found this medium ground, and I kind of arranged it to complement the image, and you use the words to kind of fit around key parts of your image as a background, or however you want to do it. So to kind of make it look nice and make it look part of the image and professional. One thing I do like the font. What I don't like here is how hard it is to read. And so what I'd like to do at this point then is probably you can try different colors, you can try this or that. I chose the white because I didn't like the dark. With healthy, I kind of wanted to go lighter. So what I would do in this case, since there's not enough contrast between the image and the text, I would draw this black box over the whole image, and then I would reduce that opacity on that box to say about 25%. And now I get the same image, same meaning, but the words really pop and can draw some attention. Now, you can play with colors, like I said again. I tried changing it to the red to kind of match the red in the sign. And, so I have this guy kind of running a 50-mile race. Maybe that's kind of the implied message here. Could you run 50 miles? Did you used to be able to run 50 miles? Would you like to be run 50 miles? Or just generally, would you like to be healthy again? I have a product that could help you. What I don't like is the red font, kind of with the darker background. The contrast wasn't enough to really read the words, and so I tried, maybe a white background with the transparency against it. And I think this conveys, if you like the red, you can go for that. I actually really like the white. I liked where we landed here. Now the last thing I'm thinking of is, my platform is social media. Like at Instagram, maybe Facebook, and images are typically a little more square. Although I do love white space, it just feels off balance, very heavy on the left, nothing on the right. And I think we could fix a lot of these problems with just cropping it better. So here's a better crop. It's a little more square, probably will fit better in an Instagram post. And again, as a final look, I'm thinking, I just want a little bit more out of this. And so I just went ahead and made it bigger. I still am able to focus on, the 50 miler, you can still see that. And this is where I ended up. Again, these are just a few little tips to kind of get your brain thinking on how to create effective social media posts. I hope this was helpful. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.